She was the Gatorade Player of the Year as a senior. Rathdrum, Idaho. Less than 2-hour drive from Rathdrum, Idaho to Pullman in Washington State. And Summers, that was clean. Pretty execution from the Husky offense.
If they can get that middle involvement with Sophie Summers and do this throughout the year in the gaps and open up that front row, she is going to be tough.
So Sophie Summers, 6'3", the fourth-year middle blocker out of Portland, has got some hops. Out of the middle to Yahalajeva, but the pancake up from Bays. Well done by the Husky defense. Argentina with the back set to Ryan and Grote, and Hoffman there to send it right back.
Watch this block right here, how they key up on her. Perfectly in sync, and Marin with the final block.
And that does it for set number 2. The Huskies are on fire. Offensively and defensively. The hits, the blocks, it's all working for the Dogs. And they lead 2-0. Women's volleyball is brought to you by Clean Simple Eats, elevating life through food and fitness. And by Sprouts Farmers Market, the official grocer of the Pac-12. And you talk Farmers Market here in Seattle, nothing better than Pike Place Public Market.
Favorite place to get flowers.
Flowers, fresh fish, fruits, vegetables. This is the time of year where there's so many amazing options for you at Pike Place. 75 degrees, gorgeous day to be down there. And a gorgeous day to be inside Alaska Airlines Arena if you're a Husky fan. I don't think the Coug fans are liking what they're seeing so far, as they just have not found their rhythm. But again, dealing with 2 major injuries, 2 of the 3 middle blockers on the Washington State roster, and Shea Rubright and Jasmine Martin, unable to go. ACL tears, and so Jen Greeny, you can see, trying to figure out a way to put points on the board. Brought in Molly Kipp to serve. Moved Argentina Ung out to the outside where she played her first few seasons at Wazoo, and the big block coming out and some energy there as the Cougs coming out of intermission trying to crawl back in this one.
Got to generally stress that everybody else on the floor has got to pick up the slack for not having another middle, and those first 2 sets they really weren't. So hopefully this game they're going to be able to have some hitters go off.
Carly Basham back to serve for Washington State. Inslee, too much muscle, and that one is long, and the Cougs jump out again. This is their 3rd straight set where they've jumped on top first.
The best thing the Cougs can do right now is go back to that service line and really put out a tough serve, because they've got to get them out of rhythm. Washington has way too many weapons in order to put up a fight against the Cougs, against the Dogs.
And 3 straight points for Washington State as the tough serve put pressure on the Husky defense, and LMA Powell had to scramble, and then a bit of a miss hit by Hoffman. And now it's the Washington Huskies' time to turn things around as they're in a hole, making a 4-0 hole as another ace for Washington State. And they came out of intermission fired up. And I don't think there's anyone surprised that they're not just going to roll things up and head back to Pullman. They're going to come and give it a fight. Basham looking for 5 points in a row for Wazoo. And the Huskies in a double hit is what was called. And so, no, I take that back. They said in the net against Washington State.
Really?
I did not see it. A couple of times the signals have been crossed today where it's been a bit of a mystery, but the first point for the Huskies on the board and stops the Cougars' big run. And now Hoffman cuts the lead in half. It's 4-2.
She's making it look easy on the outside right now. This is so fun to watch her play like this.
the Cougs come right back for the side out. The Cougars had to get out to a strong start in this third set, had to put some pressure on Washington. They lead 5-2. They've done just that with Norville back to serve. Oh, and the block is there. Yahalajeva teaming up there with Ung, and Sinden Hoffman's hard hit right back at her.
Perfect sync of a swing block. Magda normally wasn't trained to be a swing blocker, and she's very much come along into the Washington State swing blocking style. And Jen Greeny and Burdette Greeny both do know how to teach blocking very well.
Hoffman goes tip and gets that one down. Goes over the block of Yahalajeva, but top 10 all time in every major career blocking category is Yahalajeva, and you got to change things up when she's at the net.
Absolutely. Claire Hoffman just doing what she can, finding the floor, everybody on their heels because she's attacking so well, changes it up, gets the kill.
Hoffman again. Norville there. They go quick set in the middle to Magda Yahalajeva, and she's got the kill. And Washington State in a much better rhythm here in set number 3.
Yeah, Argentina having some deception on that first set and was able to get Magda one-on-one with Claire Hoffman.
So Timmer, the German native, with the ace. And the Cougs with their biggest lead of the match, a 5-point advantage against Washington.
I guarantee that Jen went into the locker room and said, we just got to start serving tougher. We got to get them out of system. They have so many attackers, and if we don't get them out of system, we're not going to have a shot tonight.
Now, she mentioned that was the key before the game, as they try to figure things out, down a couple of middle blockers and where they're going to get their swings, that they had to serve tough. And so far here in set 3, that certainly has been the case. Timmer leaves that one short for the service error, and so Claire Hoffman will initiate things for the Huskies. Going at Timmer. And the slide to Grote, hitting the back line. That has been a go-to play between Powell and Grote.
An in-system pass from Claire Hoffman, in-system set, textbook for Morarin Grove.
The overpass, nearly dug out there, but Bush right there lurking and waiting for the overpass to do something with it.
Keegan Cook said the same thing. We got to serve tough and we got to pass tough. Just because Washington State is down a couple hitters doesn't mean that you can just back off the serving, because the hitters that they have are very capable if you keep them in system. So what Keegan has done with this team and constantly preaching, we have got to serve tough from the end line, and good errors are also a part of that serving tough.
Keegan Cook loves aces. They love the service game, spend so much time on it year after year. It is something the Huskies have been good at. Keegan Cook, since taking over Washington, 7 full seasons in the book, 4 Pac-12 championships, a Final Four, Sweet 16 a year ago, NCAA tournament every year. He has just done a remarkable job in his time as the head man in charge of the Huskies. And out of bounds off of Washington State, so the Huskies have crawled back after the Cougs led by 5, a 4-0, make it a 5-0 scoring run for the Huskies, and we are knotted at 8. Argentina sends it over, and a slide to Grote. And that one down on the side of the Cougars for the kill for Grote.
Ella May Powell is playing with their block. She thinks that they're going to go outside to Molly Kipp, but Magda got a little tripped up by Ella May Powell's setting decisions.
Argentina with the swing. And then Bush gets the touch. That one looked like it might have been long, but instead she was able to get a piece of that Cougar block. And so the Huskies on a 7-0 scoring run, a 2-point advantage, and Jen Greeny calling timeout. The Cougs